Hi everybody, it's Andrea over at Sewspire.com. I'm here today to teach you how to make a wallet from faux leather. I use this great gray faux crocodile, and then I used a heavier weight cotton twill for the interior. This project incorporates a zipper pocket and then 6 credit card slips. The wallet closes via snap closure. On this one, I hid the snap closure underneath. I really like that look, and I top stitched all the way around. On our demo wallet, I installed the snap on the exterior and did not top stitch. But there are lots of ways, once you get the hang of this technique, that you can really personalize this and make it special just for you. So I hope you enjoy the project. Shall we get started? Okay, so for this project, you're going to need one piece of faux leather, which measures 8 inches wide by 12 inches tall, one 7-inch zipper, and then one very long piece of fabric, which is 8 inches wide by 43 inches long. This is going to be a continuous cut of fabric. If you don't have material that long, go ahead and stitch together several pieces of fabric until you get one long strip, which is 43 inches long. Now, I create the interior of this wallet using a folding technique. I want to take the bottom portion of this and break that off at 8.5 inches. So I'm just going to put a press line right there at 8.5 inches and then fold that over back down, and then 2.5 inches up. We want to bring that down right here to create this little pleat here, and to give you a visual, that's where the zipper portion of this wallet is going to sit, right there. And you can go ahead and tuck your zipper in there and then pin that in place so that this doesn't come unfolded on you. And we're just going to scoot and pin as we go. So the next fold that you're going to create, now if you're measuring from the bottom here, will be 10 inches up, and you want to tuck that under. And then now from the bottom you're going to go 13 inches up and tuck that under. And then now from the bottom you're going to be 13 inches up and tuck that under. And what I've done here is create, they'll be divided, but I've created the little credit card slips here with these little folds, okay? So you can go ahead and pin that in place. And I would suggest doing this folding and measuring at the ironing board so you can press that down. And then from the left hand, you're going to come down 4.5 inches and fold over a flap like that that meets right at the top edge of those credit card slips. So now you have this wonderful piece of fabric that we've folded multiple times, which measures 13 inches by 8 inches. And what we want to do is attach this zipper here. So I'm just going to take out that top pin for that fold there and make sure that just the zipper is attached here to that bottom fold. And I want to stitch across here so you can see that. So I'm just going to stitch across here and attach the right hand side of the zipper. And you can put a pin in here so everything doesn't come unfolded on you. And I'm going to move the needle over a little to the right rather than use the zipper foot. So now when I fold that back up, you can see the bottom portion of the zipper is attached. Now I need to tuck that zipper back under there. And turn that around so you can see. And I just want to make sure everything's aligned pretty because you don't want your zipper to get stuck in the fabric. And I'm going to put 2 pins at the top here, and I want to now stitch this left hand side of the zipper down. Created this fully lined zipper pocket, and I want to go ahead and put 2 more pins here so this doesn't shift at all. The pins are really important for this project since we're working with a continuous cut of fabric. And the next thing is to come up here to the credit card slips and determine where center is on that, which should be at 4 inches. And put a pin in there because you just want to stitch from that top credit card slip. So there's 3 lips from that top stitch all the way down to where you feel the base of those. So that whole area is about 2.5 inches, maybe a little longer. Let's see from here. No, it's closer to 3 inches. So I'm going to stitch from the top of that pocket 3 inches down and reinforce with a back stitch to divide the pockets. Okay, now I have the credit card slips divided, or debit card or shopper card or business card, whatever kind of cards you want to carry in there. And the interior of this wallet is complete. So that's so fun, so easy. Now you're going to take your faux leather. I have a great gray crocodile print here. You could also use a heavyweight canvas, would be wonderful. Felt would be great. Whatever you have that's just thicker. You're looking for some stability here. And you're going to position that on top of this piece. And I want you to go ahead and align it with the top. There's some overhang here at the bottom, and that is totally fine. This is where the zipper pocket is. We're going to chop that off after we stitch this all the way around, okay? So you're concerned with lining this up at the top. I wanted to give you a little leeway here, so I cut this interior piece large in case you position your pockets a little differently, because it's really easy to cut off the extra, not so easy to compensate for a shortage. So don't fuss about that, just line it up at the top. If you have clips, that's ideal so you don't poke holes in your faux crocodile. But I'm going to go ahead and pin it. I don't have any of those great clips. So I'll just use a couple pins here. And I want to now stitch from the top down across the base and up the side using the narrowest seam allowance possible. Make sure you back stitch, and this is like, on my machine, it's looking like 1/8 of an inch. I've stitched all the way around the edge of this. I want to trim this up as close as I can to that stitch without going over. A rotary cutter and a ruler is the best way to do this, but you can carefully trim it with scissors if that's all you have. Now I have reduced that seam allowance even more, and I want to reach in there and remove as many pins as I can so I don't get poked when I turn this around. And when you get that turned right side out, go ahead and reach in there and poke out those corners best you can. This one's still a little bit in there. That looks pretty good. Now you can't iron this crocodile. You could probably iron on this side, but I don't think I would recommend it. So now the top is open there, and that's not a problem. We just want to make sure everything is good here. So you got the little coin slip, and you want to get a feel for how the wallet's going to close. So this will come up, and this is going to go down, and I'm happy with that. Now you have this little lip here. You see that? You're going to flip that over like that and press out those corners up there. You get that crocodile nice and flat. And look on this side, and really the corners are very important, so you want to fiddle with that until it's flat as you can. And then you're going to stitch across here using, it's probably going to be about 5/8 of an inch seam allowance, but go ahead and stitch all the way across the top. So that's what it looks like on this side, and that's what it looks like on this side. And I'm using 3/8 of an inch seam allowance. I did back stitch at the beginning and the end. Now you have two options depending how much you like your interior fabric here. You could leave this as it is with that detail on the exterior, which I think looks very nice. So it would close like this, and you would have that little detail up there. If you're going to do that, I would suggest top stitching across here too, so that that's all attached. Your other option is to flip this back around so that this is on the inside, and then poke out those corners. Like that, and then you would top stitch this pocket down so that it's even, this top part, that little lip there. so it sits nice, and then your wallet would close like that, and that is the look that I prefer. So I'm just going to work these corners a little bit more and go ahead and top stitch right across that lip there. So if you used a coordinating color thread in your bobbin, that would be nice on the back side there. And now, with the exception of installing the closure, this wonderful wallet is done. I'm going to use a snap closure on this. And I have my snaps here. I use a little hammer and a little cutting board. And you're just going to want to determine where the midway point is on your wallet there. And go ahead and poke that snap through there. It has a lot of layers to come through. So until you see those prongs, and then position that top flat portion on top and give it a little whack. Then insert the dimple portion there. And then you're going to need to really eyeball this and see where the snap's going to fall here. Mine is falling very close to the base. So I will come in, unzip the zipper pocket, and try and get that centered as well. It's the prongs are facing down and are going to need to go through the back side of this. Then once you have those prongs out, bring that back up and lay the top portion of that snap on top. Alright, and now your snap is installed and you have an awesome wallet that came together very quickly. So I want to say thank you for sewing with me. I hope you all enjoyed this project. I've made 2 of these so far. With this one, I hid the snap in between that top pocket before I stitched it down. I also added a little pen loop there and an additional slip pocket at the bottom for cash. So you can have a lot of fun with this. I wanted to keep our demo wallet very simple so you could conceptualize the concept of just folding a continuous piece of fabric. But after you make this first one, I would really encourage you then to make another one and customize it with the features that you'd like to see. You could do so much with this just folding and layering technique. I will be back next week with another inspired project. Until then, please note the creative genius in me salutes the creative genius in you. Take care.